It's 5 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order. Lake Mills Police and Fire Commission. Roll call. Let the minutes reflect that all commissioners are present. We have minutes from the October 20th meeting from last year. They were mailed to all of us along with the agenda. Any comments, questions, revisions? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to approve the commission minutes from October 20th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. The police chief is with us tonight. Chief, any report?
The police department has nothing this time.
Okay, thank you.
You are very welcome.
Fire chief report. Anything other than 5A on our agenda, Todd?
No, nothing
Okay.
additional.
We have two probationary firefighters, David Smith and Michael Lischka. Is that right? Pronunciation? Lischka, thank you. And Todd, you want to walk us through this?
Sure. Before you tonight is Mr. Smith and Mr. Lischko asking the commission to conditionally approve the two as probationary members of the fire department with the conditions of both passing the drug test and the medical physical.
Okay, thank you. Questions from the commissioners?
What level are they at right now?
They are no schooling yet.
Okay.
So, actually, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to turn it over to Captain Bentheimer. Captain Bentheimer is the officer that headed up the latest recruitment campaign, and we're going to try something different with bringing new probationary members on before their schooling starts. The schooling that these two gentlemen will get in or enroll in doesn't start until August. But the interest is there now, so we want to get them on the department, do some in-house training. And I'm going to turn it over to Mark because, like I said, he's heading this up. It's something new, and we're going to give something a try.
Can I speak from here?
Why don't you come over to the microphone because we're being recorded, and I would hate to have your comments not heard.
Excuse me, Captain, can I get your name so I can put you for the minutes?
Absolutely. Mark, spelling the last name is Bentheimer, B as in boy, E-N, T as in Tom, H-E-I-M-E-R.
Okay, thank you.
The fire department, just like with any other organizations, we constantly strive to go ahead and achieve best practices, and that certainly is true of recruitment and our initial training of new probationary firefighters. In a community this size, obviously, recruitment for volunteers is extremely difficult. So we continue to go ahead and keep our names out in front of the community as far as needing volunteers to go ahead and staff our fire department, as well as we'll continue to go ahead and work with a number of different initiatives throughout the course of the summer. What may be changing a little bit in how we approach going ahead and doing the recruitment, in more particular how we go ahead and deal with our initial training, is we'll actually be going ahead with these gentlemen and possibly another individual who will be coming before you in about a month. We're going to actually go ahead and conduct an in-house fire academy for these folks. And that's actually going to be a program which was initiated by some other communities throughout Wisconsin that's very similar in size. And what the goal is to go ahead and allow us to go ahead and start to utilize these individuals a little bit more earlier in the fire ground than what we would if we went through the Wisconsin Technical College system. So I'll be going ahead heading up that training program. The curriculum is already in place for us to go ahead and proceed with that. So we have a pretty good understanding of how we're going to go ahead. So these two gentlemen and possibly a third will actually kind of be a little bit of the trial academy group. And then we'll kind of go ahead and refrain and reorganize kind of as we go to go ahead and best meet the department needs. So other than, you'll go ahead and see more banners, those types of things out in the community for recruitment. But again, we're probably going to a little bit more of a batch style of recruitment, so we can go ahead and run these people through our in-house academies before they actually go ahead and start the entry-level training programs through the Wisconsin the Wisconsin Technical College systems, in this case, the Madison College. So you have any other specific questions, or Todd, is there anything?
No, I think you.
Mark, did you have special training, or are you licensed to do this?
As far as,
The
well,
in-house?
all the officers for the city of Lake Mills have gone through an instructor certification program. So I can't remember how long ago I got my initial certification, probably a good 10, 15 years ago as an instructor. Prior to actually coming to Lake Mills and the fire department, I did actually work for the Madison College as an instructor in emergency services. I taught at the MATC Fire Academy a number of semesters. So I do have a little bit of a background. As far as, is there anything required from a statutory standpoint as far as in-house training? Not really. So that's kind of something that's a little bit in the open. But again, we have a number of individuals on our department that are certified instructors that can go ahead and provide assistance as we kind of move through. The nice thing is that as we go ahead and we present the materials as part of our in-house academy, is that we have instructors that are currently working with MATC, which allows us to go ahead and actually train them exactly the way in which they're going to be trained later on in the future. So it actually goes ahead, provides them with a little bit of a step up for once they get in their class. They can go ahead and concentrate more directly on the areas that typically give new recruit firefighters difficulties as they go ahead and go through that formal training.
Thank you. Questions?
I have a quick question. So basically, they'll be doing this before they do firefighter 1 and 2? all that?
Right, and actually it ends up falling in quite nicely just
Okay.
because of the way that things kind of fell out this particular time around. In reality, we'd probably be looking at about a 1 to 2 month period that we could go ahead, get individuals trained prior to going ahead and beginning their actual formal semester trainings through the technical college system. But again, we got a little extra time from this spring and this summer to go ahead and work with these individuals.
Thank you for the explanation. Any other questions? Okay, I think we could do this in one motion for both gentlemen, and the motion needs to include contingent upon them passing their drug test and the medical physical. Anything else, Todd?
No, that-
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to that effect.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Congratulations. We move on to number 6. Consideration of moving into closed session pursuant to the appropriate state statutes for purposes of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the commission has jurisdiction, in specific to begin the performance evaluation of the fire chief. I move that we adjourn to closed session. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we need a roll call vote. We'll start with Russ over here. I need an aye or a nay.
Aye.
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 Okay, we are in closed session. We will adjourn after that. Thank you.